So I'm lying there in the bed, and I'm seeing these bags drip down of blood, and I'm thinking, who in the world did that? Who donated this blood? It was somebody. Somebody who gave blood saved my life. I would not be here had I not had it that quickly, because it's right here in town. My name's Jenny Dodson.
Rad Dodson. Rad is short for Robert Ashley Dodson. That's my initial, so that's why I'm Rad. I was Rad before Rad was cool.
I'm from Pennsylvania, actually, but moved down here in 1980 to Montgomery, Alabama. I was actually the recipient of a blood transfusion in the middle of going through chemotherapy for stage 3 breast cancer, which I am now 6 months clear. Went through about 5.5 months of chemotherapy after we had only been married 3 months.
Yeah.
And got the diagnosis May of last year, started chemotherapy April 20th, and finished up October 3rd of this past year. And I did have reconstruction. It was stage 3 breast cancer in just my left breast, but it did travel into my lymph nodes, which I was actually glad about, because that's how I found it. There was a little lump under my armpit that was about the size of an English pea, and about 6 weeks later it was the size of a walnut. Had it checked, and they said, we want to do another mammogram, and then we want to do an ultrasound because something looks funny. And the biopsy came back positive for both. And I got a call at work, and that was a real shocker. Chemotherapy kills everything else too. So several times I didn't have any white blood cells, so I would go to work wearing a particle mask. And I would draw a smiley face on it with a red Sharpie. I was in retail too. The first round of chemo was 8 weeks long, and it was called adriamycin, which is the red devil, which is the kicker. That's the one where your hair falls out. Every bit of body hair is gone, and everything in you is dying, including the cancer. And now it has come back. I like my little white spots. I think they're kind of cool. And it's curly.
Those white spots blonde?
They're blonde, right. One time I had no red blood cells, and that means red blood cells basically take oxygen to your muscles and your brain, and I could barely walk from here to sit where Rad is sitting without feeling just exhausted. They got me in for some blood tests and said, you need a blood transfusion now. Thankfully, LifeSouth is 2 minutes from where I was in the cancer center next door, and this is where the blood came from. And if they had waited 2 to 3 days, I would not be here. You see the bag, I mean, it's physically, there's a bag filled with somebody's blood, and it is going into you, and it is saving your life. And honestly, it was very humbling. It really, when I was sitting there and I just watching the blood drip, and I'm thinking, whoever this person is, whether he is old or young or where he's from, or she is 18 or 20 or 50, I really wish that those bags had names on them, because if I could have just made a phone call and said, do you realize how much this has helped me? And it saved my life. And that's what donating blood does.
My name's Ashley Bach. I'm Jenny's sister. I work at Baptist Medical Center South. A lot of patients that need the platelets and the blood are cancer patients, because the drugs they give them, your blood counts will tank. So
They will.
Yep, and they'll go up, and people will feel better. It's
Instantly.
Especially with the packed red blood cells, that it's almost hours. They feel a lot better.
When you're administering the blood to the patients, how quickly do they feel better? Because I felt better pretty quickly.
Yeah, a lot of them feel better almost immediately. Within hours. With the next morning you walk in and their color is a lot better.
But I was very thankful to have my sister with me. Being a nurse definitely helped me during the journey. We went through the journey together. She was there with me when I found out I had pneumonia. She sat through treatments with me before I lost my hair.
She's been such a sport. You don't realize. I've never seen anybody go through chemo like my sister did. When her hair started coming out, she had a party, a shave your head party. And we literally did.
It was on my birthday last year, June 2nd.
Yep.
In the middle of chemo, I lost my job. And what you get when you're taking chemo is called chemo brain. And you're fuzzy all the time. You can't remember names, you can't remember words. Like, I was shopping with my mom and I was pointing at a skirt, but I could not come up with the word. We started praying about what I should do, and we kind of decided that I would use my artistic talent to start my own business out of my house. So now I hand paint wine glasses and coffee mugs and beer steins and carafes and anything glass, basically. And I've done lake scenes and I've done beach scenes. It's therapeutic for me to sit in my little kitchen nook and with my paints and the sun coming in, and I can make people so happy when they see them.
And now she volunteers 2 days a week at the cancer center helping other women that are going through it.
I do. I'm paying it forward.
I'm trying to get her to be the first paid volunteer, but nobody up there listens to me.
They don't listen to me either. I need a raise. No, I love going there because they can see my hair grew back, my eyelashes. They went in and did the mastectomy and found no cancer whatsoever.
Except they found a little spot on the lymph node.
One dot that the doctor took her pen and said that here's how much cancer we found. And she took her pen and made a dot on her piece of paper. I'm 6 months in remission, I guess is what it's called, because you're really not clear of cancer until the 5-year mark. And once you hit that, it's like, yes. If you're afraid of needles and everything that I went through, and you're not giving because you don't want to see blood or you don't want to have a needle poke, it takes 15 minutes and it saves lives. Everybody needs blood at some point. I mean, if you've been in a car accident, or if you've, like me, you've gone through chemo and it's destroyed your red blood cell count, or you need platelets, or you need white blood cells, please just donate blood. It's so important, and you are actually saving somebody's life. You may not know who they are, but at some point that blood is going to be used to help save someone's life.